I get home. Thanks for that.
We didn't do it on purpose, but it's a detail. So we're talking a lot these days saying Wake Up Spain about Europe, and the role that the European Union should play in this new geopolitical context, in which the focus is going to be placed on security and defense. So we've heard a lot the banks, but I don't know what's the role that the insurance company should play in this new context.
Wow. In this geopolitical landscape that we experience recently, I think that the insurance sector plays a pivotal role. What do I mean with that? Companies like Allianz are very well positioned to act as a unifier in this more and more fragmented world. For example, in Allianz, we believe in the power of unity. We are sponsoring Olympia, or the Olympic Games, the Paralympic Games. We are investing a lot in inclusion, in resilience, and I think this is something that makes a difference in society. Especially in these difficult times, I believe that people are looking for peace of mind, for protection, and that's something that the insurance companies can bring to the table. They can make a difference in providing solutions that you need in order to feel comfortable to invest, comfortable to found businesses, and therefore, in my view, the insurance sector needs to play an important role in these times.
Well, yesterday we had here in Wake Up Spain, we had Ana Botín, chair of Santander, who defended the need to reduce regulation, and I would like to ask you if you agree with her. I mean, do we have to take advantage of this opportunity to simplify regulations affecting financial sector, and particularly insurance sector?
How can I not agree with Ana Botín? Yes, I think we have an opportunity to reduce complexity and bureaucracy. In my view, bureaucracy was never a beneficial companion, and even though Spain is very well positioned, very competitive, reducing the bureaucracy, it's a good moment, Not only in Spain, I think across Europe. And when I read Wake Up Spain, I always need to think about my home country, Germany. I would love to call it Wake Up Germany, because I think you are much more advanced already in keeping your country and your companies dynamic. When you're here in Spain, and I'm living here, you see how dynamic in many parts of the country the companies are moving. And I think important is not to stop, but to further try to reduce the bureaucracy you have here, and to increase the productivity to remain competitive, or even increase the competitiveness that you have. You shouldn't forget that in terms of GDP growth, Spain was from the big players in Europe the strongest country in the previous 2 years, with a 3% GDP growth, much stronger than France with 1, Italy with 0.5, not to talk about Germany. And that is a clear signal that a lot that is happening here is moving in the right direction. A lot of companies want to come here. In the insurance sector alone, we have more than 200 competitors in the P&C sector. So I think Spain is well positioned. Just make sure that you continue, and reducing bureaucracy is certainly one of the opportunities you have.
Well, since you've talked about the Spanish economy, I mean, in this difficult geopolitical context, the positive side is that the Spanish economy seems to be doing well, but we don't know what's going to happen in the next months. So what is your outlook in this regard?
Well, I'm personally very grateful that I can experience these years here, because it is very, very pleasant being surrounded by people that see the glass as half full. That's what I experience here, that people see the glass as half full. That's a positive dynamic, yeah, and a positive vibration. You don't have this across Europe. You have this in Spain. Now, I already spoke about the last 2 years where Spain was doing well. I mean, even anyway, after COVID, Spain got out of the COVID crisis very dynamically, in my view. Forward-looking now, I see Spain in a strong position. I'm mildly positive that we see comparable growth in Spain as we have seen over the last years. So I would expect 2.5% GDP growth in 25. And I have no reason to question that Spain remains one of the most dynamic countries in Europe.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's positive, but I don't know if you think that Spain should take advantage of this opportunity, this moment, to undertake some structural reforms to improve its competitiveness?
Well, I think you know where you're strong. There are several industries where you're doing very well. When it comes to reforms, there's only one area where I feel there's an opportunity, and that's the new value-adding industries. Mm-hmm. When thinking about reducing bureaucracy, I think the new technologies can help us a lot on increasing efficiency and reducing bureaucracy. In order to really take advantage of new technologies, I think it takes A, investment, mm-hmm. and B, training and development also in people. So from my point of view, that's an opportunity, investing in people, investing in trainings, in the new technologies, in order to complement the attempts to increase efficiency and reduce bureaucracy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope someone in the government and in the companies are here listening to us and taking notes. Yeah, they already know, but maybe it's good to take notes of what you said. Yeah. But going back to the European Union, I would like to ask you about this European Commission's initiative to create the Savings and Investment Union. So what do you think about that? Do you think it's useful, it's good?
Yeah, from a personal point of view, but also from a point of view of our company, of Allianz, we fully support this direction and initiatives. Why? Because it's just another puzzle piece of unifying the European market, which I think plays to our advantage. The bureaucratic hurdles that we still see often come from fragmentation. This fragmentation hinders us in accelerating our innovation. It limits the growth opportunities, and that is playing against the interest of the idea of Europe. So from my point of view, this is an example that would help us to increase credibility, to strengthen the European Union model, mm-hmm. and therefore I'm fully supportive. You know, especially, as I said before, in these geopolitical times, I believe it's more important than ever that we act unified. Mm-hmm. You know, we are not surrounded by many friends, no? And I think that it is very important that Europe understands that we are stronger together, mm-hmm. and harmonization is certainly one of the tools that can help making Europe stronger.
Mm-hmm. Well, on another note, let's talk about insurance. I mean, Allianz is one of the most important insurance companies in Spain and in Europe in the automotive sector. So in the last years, we've seen how this, the auto insurance prices have increased because of the inflation and another rising costs. So is this over yet, or we have to have these increased prices for much time?
Just allow me a small correction. Mm-hmm. Allianz is not only strong in motor. Yes. We're offering a wide range of products, yeah. and we always try to be the partner of choice for all your financial needs. Mm-hmm. But the rest I fully agree with. Now, when it comes to the motor market, yes, we have seen price increases in 23 and 24, and I know that partially this was a controversial dynamic, or also seen by parts of the community as difficult. However, we are still in a catch-up game. Why? Because through COVID, the average premium in motor was quite significantly reduced. And it's always easy to reduce a premium. It's not so easy to bring it back up. There's a strong understanding and sympathy for reducing. There's not so much understanding for bringing it back up. So after COVID, obviously, with the frequency starting to normalize, with the severity going up, with inflation hitting in strongly after the start of the Ukrainian war in 22, there were many components that obviously forced the insurance sector to increase the prices of motor. I mean, we are still forced to also generate a positive result. Despite the increases of the motor prices in 23 and 24, the market overall is still unprofitable in private cars, which is a difficult situation because private cars is still the biggest line of business in the insurance industry. I think soon it will be health, but it's still private cars. And having this major line of business in insurance not profitable is a problem. So we are trying to investigate all different opportunities in order to improve the situation, being it the way how we structure our products, the benefits in their bundling opportunities. But on the other side, we cannot ignore that the inflation has been hitting in full steam, be it on spare parts, be it on labor costs. And we cannot bear all of these increases, these inflationary effects, only on our shoulders. It is impossible because, as I said, you see that the insurance sector overall is losing money. So even if this is not a very, let's say, popular assessment, I believe that the prices need to increase further until we reach a level where we are in the positives and not beyond 100 combined ratio.
Well, moving on to another topic that is very important here in Spain, Allianz has a bancassurance alliance with BBVA. This morning we had the opportunity to hear here Carlos Torres, I hope you know him,
Yes.
Chair of BBVA. He was talking about the takeover bid that BBVA has launched for Sabadell and that can end in a merger. We don't know it yet for sure, but it's a possibility. So are you afraid that this merger can affect in any way the alliance you have with BBVA?
Well, I heard that there were controversial opinions over the last couple of days. Look, we don't know how this is going to end. We all probably are interested to find out. But my honest answer here is that we continue to do the business that we've been doing. In only 4 years, we attracted 1.2 million clients to our new JV, BBVA Allianz. I think this is spectacular. With this 1.2 million, as Allianz, we're insuring every 10th Spaniard already. So this joint venture, being young, has been extremely successful and is based on a strong mutual trust and values of both companies that are matching very well. We both are working hard to improve or to optimize the experience of the clients every day. And the results show that it is working very well. So from that point of view, I think the best recommendation I have and that I give to my teams is to ignore this topic and keep on working and make sure that everyone is happy with what we're doing. What comes out of these other topics, we will see, and when it's decided, we will react.
Well, we've run out of time, but I would like to ask you about your asset management business, so maybe you can be brief.
Very fast.
Yes, but well, it's been years since you had since the joint venture you had with Popular was broken because of the resolution of the bank, but yep. How is this business going now?
Well, what people often probably are not so much aware of, Allianz is the 5th biggest global asset manager worldwide. We have 1.7 trillion euros under management. And our attempt is that we also become in Spain more meaningful when it comes to asset management, to attract people to invest with us. We've been doing well over the last couple of years, but we have plans to strongly grow in this area as well, besides motor.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be looking you. So I'm afraid we've run out of time. So Vi, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you can join us next year.
Elena, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.